Oh, yeah, the wall. Yeah, that wall I think only breaks when you get a boulder to smash into it. Though sometimes you can bait the the snake hanging out there to break it for you. Okay, we have lots of coffee, potatoes, and strawberries up today, and I am carrying too much random stuff now. Alright, let's have a look at the furnaces, and what do we have here? 5 iridium bars. Tempting. Some gold ore, which I hope is what's being cooked in there right now. Ah. Yeah, those guys are bastards. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and turn some of this into coal. The Minecraft way, basically. Let's put some of this forage stuff away. Okay, I'm having a bit of a senior moment here because I know I had a ton of torches before. Huh. Okay, well, let's get to the harvesting. Yeah, the bottom of Sun's Funhouse is a very unfortunate place. Because not only do you have a bunch of stray demons running around, you also have all that black goo all over the place, which slows you down in the same manner as Blight Town. Not a good place to fight stray demons. Yeah, we only have 2 days until the season ends, so I'm not going to plant a thing. The coffee will stay planted, which is nice. One of these days, I gotta set up. I mean, it'd have to be a Saturday, but one of these days I gotta set up for Switch streaming so I can do Metroid Dread. Well, I want to do that and SMT5 because those are both going to be pretty long. Well, I guess Dread isn't too bad if you're competent. I had some trouble at first, but I mean that'll probably be a few weeks for me to go through. But yeah, I also want to do SMT5. I'm kind of worried how that one is going to go blind because that series can be kind of brutal, and it's not always very informative to people watching it. I mean, I guess Dark Souls gets like that too, to a certain extent. Oops. Okay, we'll let those preserves jars keep doing their thing. What do we have in here? Sweet gem berries. Yes. So we're going to turn some of those into seeds. And the rest into just cold hard cash. I'm going to do Metroid Dread eventually, but I also want to do Shin Megami Tensei 5, which those games, when you don't play in the Persona games, you get stuff that's kind of dungeon crawly and not always great for streaming. So I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I'm pretty sure Metroid will be a good time, even though I'm going in mostly blind to it. I kind of want to hit all the Metroid titles on stream eventually. The only one I've done so far is Super Metroid, which, I mean, that's just my favorite. I sat down and just did the whole thing in 2 hours one Friday night. Because that's the one I got reasonably good at, but not like speedrunner good. Yeah, that's not going to be a good race for me. Let me get one playthrough in first, and then you can trust me at a race. Okay, let's turn some of these berries into seeds. Well, not many of them, it looks like. But yeah, I definitely want to do more stuff in groups. I was disappointed. Someone I follow, she was saying, hey, we should try some Fortnite. I'm like, great, what are you playing it on? And sadly, she was playing it on Xbox. I'm like, I don't think I could play with you then. So that's a bit of a bummer. But yeah, I definitely want to do more. Okay, that's at least fair then. But I still want to do Prime now that I learned that there's a way to do mouse and keyboard when you play it. Somebody patched up the Dolphin emulator to allow for that. I'm like, oh, so you mean I could play this like a real FPS? Nothing against Prime. It did fairly well with the hardware it had to work with. But I definitely would prefer playing it, the way I play these things. Let's put the eggs in the fridge just in case. And I think we're set for the farm today. No trees to take down. Let's check our luck, see what that's looking like. And then maybe, just maybe, I'll go to the desert. Annoyed spirits. Well, I will stay in town like a chicken. No offense to the chickens, but, Oops. It's Friday. I just realized this. Let's go check out the traveling merchant. Because they could have red cabbage. You never know. This might be the day. Because that's what it's down to. A truffle, a red cabbage, and a pomegranate. 2 of those are certainly in the works. Yeah, I have gotten to the end boss of each Metroid Prime 1 and 2, and I've never been able to beat either game. It's a little on the frustrating side. Although, the way I killed Meta Ridley in the first game still cracks me up. So I played it for a while, and I kept dying to Meta Ridley. And I'm like, well, this is just frustrating. I'm going to play something else for a while. And then like a year later, I realize, oh, you know what? I've got space for my GameCube. Let's hook that up. I hook it up. Metroid Prime is still in the drive. I'm like, all right, let's give it a shot. And I go up, and after like a year of not playing the game at all, I beat Meta Ridley on my first encounter with him. I'm like, oh, well, okay then. I guess I just really needed to cool down after losing 25 times to that thing. Okay, are the kids here? I'm just trying to shove a snail at this kid. Yeah, there we go. Hello, small child. Have a snail. Yeah, it's always funny when that happens. You know, I didn't even stop by the cart. I am getting my galaxy brain on today. One moment. I gotta hit Pierre's first, so I can sell all this junk. Hello, Pierre. You stink. Okay. 27,000 for 6 gold quality sweet gem berries. Hell yes. I should just turn my whole greenhouse into those things. But yeah, I really want to get back into Metroid Prime 1 and 2. Maybe 3 if I illegally download it. Not that I would do such a thing. But I mean, I got a PS2 emulator working on here and a bunch of games in my bedroom. I was like, you know, there's some shooters on there I haven't played on stream yet. So that might be fun. Let's see here. No. I'll always buy a rare seed. That's just a given. But the rest of this... Okay, tomorrow's Saturday, so beach time. And I'm going to grab my fishing rod and attempt to level up my skill a bit. Oh, wait. Did I have a rare seed in here? Yep. Let's grab the rest of them. Okay, I can still plant 3 more of these. I might as well. I think I've got a pretty reasonable coffee supply right now. So, berries. I will fix up the fence tomorrow. For now, we'll just... Whoops. Okay, off we go. We'll go down by the sea, or the ocean, grab some fishes, be disappointed with everything I catch, and see how much that helps the old fishing skill. The other one I need to get up to 10, and I can do that fairly easily, is mining, since I do have access to the quarry. I guess we're going to be a little tricky today. Oh, yeah, over here will be fine. off to a great start. Come on. Whoops. My grandpa went fishing the best way possible. He would hop in a boat, he would go to the middle of a pond somewhere, and he would stick his pole in the water. I don't know if it was baited or not, and he would just sit there and read a book for an afternoon. I think that's the best way to go about that. Do not actually fish and just be in the middle of nowhere reading a book. Back to catching junk. Okay, it's only 9. Let's see if we can get anything interesting here. Well, if you like. Oh, I've played both. Oh, I have not played any unofficial ones. I played the Game Boy one way back in the day, and it was really novel for its time. But playing it after a couple decades of, video games learning how to do their thing better, it feels like you're playing a game with 4 colors on a very cramped screen. The remake I like a lot. There's some stuff in it they could have done without, but overall it plays pretty well. I think it's too linear. I mean, it's not as on the rails as Metroid Fusion was, but it still feels like you're going down a straight path. There are some decent boss fights. The parrying mechanic is nice. Overall, pretty solid remake. But I have yet to play the one that I think it's A2MR was the one. Sadly, that got pulled before I could download a copy. I'm sure there's more out there, but I really wish they had just had the sense to not use the M word. If they hadn't called it something something Metroid, they probably would have gone without notice. Just say that it was inspired by Metroid and you're fine. Don't use any trademarked characters or phrases. Yeah, Nintendo really did not like that. But it's like, in this day and age, you have to know that Nintendo is notoriously protective of their IP. And they will shut down your fan game if you're using their trademark and copyright property. So just don't do it. say this is inspired by or call it a spiritual sequel. Oops, and as you do. I did the same thing with a copy of ZSNES back in the day because the version I had was the last one that was almost entirely coded in assembly, and there's something I liked about that kind of dedication. Plus, it ran really well on my old Pentium 133, so that was worth it. Yeah, there's definitely a few files I've kind of had floating around since the Dark Ages. Back when I had to go over to the university and use the internet there to get anything new on my computer, and I would have to download it to floppies. Back in my day. That sort of thing. Also, our internet was uphill both ways. I thought I should just throw that in there. Okay, another day down. Yeah, the first stuff I did online, and this is when online was not what it is today by any definition. Way back when, this is the early 90s, my grandfather died and we had a little bit of money. Oh, wow. We got a little bit of money, and my dad decided it was time to get an actual computer, because at the time we had a Commodore 64, no, sorry, a VIC-20, and something called an Interact, which is now a fairly rare vintage home computer, mostly because it never caught on and wasn't particularly good. But, so 93? No, it was earlier than that. It was probably 92 or 91. We got a 16 megahertz Mac Color Classic with a 2400 baud modem. And that, we learned a couple of numbers to local bulletin board systems. And it was literally you just dial into one computer that they have a program running on. And a lot of them had games and stuff installed and their own email system. Plus, the local boards in the Upper Peninsula all had a time when they would exchange mail with each other, so you could send mail across bulletin boards, which was amazing at the time. It's like, oh my god, I only have to log into Holodeck 1, and I can send email to Sanctuary? That's amazing! But I mean, back in the day, to get... to join a board, you'd fill out a form on the site, and you had to leave them your phone number, and then the system operator would call you back to make sure you were a real person. Because the scale was so small, you could do that. And if they're like, oh, well, I've heard this guy before, I know he's a troll, let's not let him on. I had a friend of mine cause drama because he forgot his password and was basically being a dumbass to the ops about it. So I had to talk to them. It's like, yeah, Todd gets a little out of hand sometimes. Don't take him too seriously. But, yeah, that was a weird thing. It's like, oh, great, this woman I don't even know from 2 towns over wants to talk to me about something a friend of mine did on her board. Oh, man. The 90s, I tell you. Okay, that and that can go in there. And more beans for the bean machine. Oh, cool. We've got some starfruit and that last sweet gem berry. This is a good one. Oh, it's a crappy one, so we can throw it in the seed machine. Yeah, We started to get internet access at home in, I think I was in high school. Yeah, we moved into my stepmom's place, and we got a second phone line, and had upgraded to a 9600. Well, no, sorry, it was a 14.4 modem, but our Color Classic couldn't handle it, so it maxed out at 14.4. Or sorry, 9600. God. Excuse me. And I'll throw some starfruit in there. But yeah, this was still, the internet access was still basically you dial in to get PPP, and then you could use your web browser. That's right. And I still remember spending like an hour downloading a... God, this is so stupid and edgelordy, but it was an autopsy photo of Kurt Cobain. But it's like my curiosity got the best of me. I'm like, well, I gotta see this. Somebody put it on the internet. That must have taken a lot of effort. So I download it. I'm like, yep, that's a hole in the dude's head. Yeah, I remember I moved into my own place, and after a year or so, I finally got a cable modem, and that was amazing. God, I downloaded so many movies back in the day. Alright, I guess I'm going to repair the fences again. Oh my god, the first truffle. There it is. Hey, we can chalk one off the board. Nice. Yeah, I used to go to the local university because a friend of mine worked in the lab there. And I would, I'd hang out with him, just talk for a bit because he didn't have a lot going on. And then I'd wander over to one of the computers and start downloading stuff so I could take it home. Exactly. All right, I'm going to take a previously unplanned trip to the community center. Oh, let's check on my seed maker first before I forget. Like a big dummy. Okay, we've got some starfruit, rare seed. I guess I'm growing pumpkins. I wasn't planning on it, but... And a starfruit. Okay. We'll fill in the rest of that eventually. I remember, it's probably about 2002, I had the idea for BitTorrent. Like, I had a prototype idea for it, but I still had some elements missing. Like, I had no idea how to write network code, so I couldn't implement the idea myself. But yeah, just what if you didn't send files in a linear fashion? And, you're trying to get them to multiple people, you could just do it like this. And, it's like it sounded crazy, and then I found out that that was an actual thing that people did, and I started downloading anime because it was so easy to do. It's like, man, I don't have to wait in queues on IRC anymore. This is amazing. Chef's bundle and a truffle. That's it. 2 more packages for the community center, and it is done. One's going to have to wait till fall, and the other could be any day now. Yeah, BitTorrent blew my mind when I saw it was a thing. I remember downloading the first probably 60 or 70 Big Finish Doctor Who audios, and that kept me going for a long time. Because those were about 2 hours each, and there were a lot of them. So pretty much any time I was walking around town, which was basically a daily thing, I'd usually be listening to those. And, you know, this is the time before podcasts were invented, so it definitely was a thing for me. Oh, who cares about mixed seeds? Alright, I think I'm going to hit up the quarry today, just because I haven't in a while. And I should probably put the honey that I've been accumulating into the keg shed, because I want to turn that into mead and bring it to Willie on a somewhat regular basis. I also need to do something with the wood that I don't have, which sounds like a Viagra problem, but I assure you it's not. Oh, I still have a fair bit in there, but not a lot. Let's set stuff aside over here. And there's someone who likes pink cake as a gift, so I'll keep that around. Oh, and a geode, I'll bring that to Clint's eventually. What do we have here? Yeah, 25 wild honey. Let's make better use of that and just turn it into mead. And I'll just get rid of the potato juice because it's garbage. Oh, were there any preserves here? Yep, got a dozen of those. Put them in the bin. Oh, let's check on how this went. Oh, I still have a bunch of gold I need to turn into bars. And that's going to be 7 bars right there, so can't really let that sit there. Oh. Well, Pam's probably already leaving the bus stop. Yep, look at her. Look at her go. Okay, I'm going to head up to the mines. I'm carrying too much stuff, but let's at least try to get a little gold. Oh. Thanks, past me. Really did me a solid this time. Really? There we go. Well, this floor's a bummer. Okay, I take that back. A couple geodes isn't so bad. But, is there a stairway? There we go. Disappointed. Come on, Dwarf Scroll. I know you're down here somewhere. No? Fine. Okay, I am highly tempted to go buy a lava katana, just because this these guys are taking too many hits. Oh, let's pop that. Really? Oh no. I don't want to die. Okay, well, at least we're coming out of this with some gold. I would like to find some coal, but I'm not holding my breath. Alright, let's get this slime. He knows he's up to no good. Okay, that's a satisfying enough run for now. Let's ditch this mine and grab my stuff. And call it a night. Okay. Oh, I picked up a bomb while I was down there. That's nice. Darn, I still need more coal. I'm desperate enough to just go buy it from Clint. However, yeah, it's been just over 2 hours. I think this is where I'm going to cut it for tonight. I'm glad I streamed. Okay, another 25,000 from farming. Mostly potatoes. I guess my Irish blood is showing. Okay. So on that happy note, we're going to cut it there for tonight. Stardew Valley will be back on Friday. And I may yet stream some Dark Souls over the course of the week. We'll see what happens. See if work makes me want to throw my laptop out the window and become a weird woods hermit. But as for now, you can catch my nonsense here on Twitch, Spook Plays Games, Twitter, Spook Plays Games, and of course everything gets cut up for YouTube on Spook327. Thanks for watching. Please stand by for a raid, and have a nice night.